Hi, Marcus MKS Plymouth here. Welcome to this video, which is part 5 of a series of videos covering my reorganising the tanks in my flat. This video will cover the modifications I'm going to do to the Fluval Flex 123 litre tank. You might ask, why would I modify it? I've actually done a review where I've said that it is an excellent fish tank, either for a beginner or an experienced fish keeper. So why would I want to modify it? The answer is this and this. So this is a Fluval 307 canister filter, and this is Fluval's BioFX. I won these in a competition in the Practical Fish Keeping magazine, but never got around to using them. But now the reorganising of my fish tanks, because I bought another tank, an Aquatropic 110 litre tank, I'm actually going to use canister filters on both of them. So the Fluval 307 for this tank, and I bought a C-shaped space echo for my other tank. More on the tank later in a different video. So, modifying this tank, what do I need to do? The Fluval Flex 123 litre comes with its own filter inside the tank. The compartment is at the back, contains the sponge filter with bio rings, contains the filter pump, and contains the heater thermostat. I'm going to remove that because I will no longer need it, and then set up the canister filter. This is the compartment at the back of the Fluval Flex, and I am going to remove it. So I will need to carefully use a sharp knife to try and cut through the silicone seal on each side of this compartment and then around the base. Hopefully that will go smoothly, and then release this compartment. I certainly will have to take care, because at the bottom the silicone sealing will actually be matched up against the sealing of the glass panel at the back. So very carefully when I deal with that. And there we go, the internal compartment. After a bit of a struggle, has been released from the back of the tank. Fair bit of muck down there. So I'll clean that out, and then I will go over the glass surface to remove the bits of silicone seal. Right, let's get that done. So I've scraped off the silicone from the back glass panel in the aquarium using a sharp blade. I took the blade out of the holder to scrape down the back. It's much easier, and it does quite a good job. Right, next up is just to clean up all the bits and pieces of mess that are inside here. So I will get to that. So I have finished cleaning out the silicone that I cut off from the back of the aquarium. Tidied that up. I've left the silicone sealant where the base of the compartment was. That's just there in case I decide to restore the compartment at some point in the future. That tells me where it will sit. Now, when I was clearing the silicone from the back, I made sure that I didn't cut into the silicone that is holding the back plane of glass with the base glass, both there and there. At least I hope I got it right. So the test is, I'm filling the tank with water, and we shall see if there are any leaks along the back. I'm going to fill the tank completely full with water to test whether or not the full weight of water the tank can hold will have any impact on the silicone join at the back. So I'll now complete that and see the results. Right, a full tank of water, and it's been sat here for quite a while, and there are no leaks. Ignore that. That's because I've painted the back as well. So there you go, no leaks. As I said, I've given the back a second coat of black paint. So the next step is to look at how I'm going to fit the Fluval 307 canister filter, because the hood is not designed with holes for the inlet and outlet from a canister filter. So I'm going to have to look at this top to see how I can modify it to allow for those. Tanks designed for a canister filter would have holes, one on the right and one on the left, basically as far apart as possible to help with the flow of water through the whole tank. Unfortunately, as I said, the Fluval Flex is not designed for canisters. So the question is, if I take out the lid from the rear compartment, which was there to gain access to where the original Fluval filter compartment was, can I use that? Could I put an inlet and an outlet just at the edge of these? Would that be far enough apart? And the question is, can I easily saw off a small section of this lid on either side to allow for the piping to go in there, and because the lid is tight, a part of this rim here that sits onto the tank of the glass would also have to be removed to allow for the clip to grab hold and secure the pipe in place, and that would be on both sides. Right, I will take a look at the Fluval 307 canister filter and check out the size of the tubing, etc. So here on the back of the Fluval Flex, this maybe where the inlet or the outlet will go. I have to clear that piece of plastic so I get access to the glass, and considering the size, I have to work out which end is which. Right, I'll get the instructions. So these would be fitted that way onto there, so it would fit here. And there are rubber suction cups to use to help secure it. And in terms of space, so it is going to require being seated where the maximum depth of that hole is. So I'm going to have to cut off a fair bit of the cover, but that should still work. So instead of being over here, there would be one there, and instead of there being one there would be one here. So it should still function. That's not too far away. Taking the water out and pushing it back in, that should work. I've now made the modifications to the back of the Fluval Flex hood. Here I've cut out the section that held the edge of the hood to the glass. This will allow me to fit the clip in there. The same on this side. And then the removable hood. I've cut off the corner pieces on both sides. So when it slots back into place, we now have the hole large enough for the canister filters, inlet and outlet pipes to go through into the tank. Next step is to place this on the cabinet, and I'll start hooking up the bits and pieces. So the modifications to the Fluval Flex 123 litre tank are complete. As you can see, in the inlet and outlet tubing now has a secure place on the rim in order for the filter to function once switched on. Fiddly job at times, but a pretty good job if I say so. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and maybe hit the subscribe button as well to follow all of my project of reorganising my tanks. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.